Go. In. Snap your elbows. Snap your elbows. Yes. Squeeze in. 4. In, out, in. I have to come across my body. I'm not going to sneak out here. This track right there. Good. Good. Squeeze across.
Much if I wore the big shirt, because you'll still see the rear delts. You're building control. You're building a mind-muscle connection that you're not normally going to get.
Yeah.
That's how you feel at the 4XL.
So there's a fixed end. It can't go any higher. Whereas that one can come higher than this, right? You can't adjust sides. So this is the dumbed down version of that one, right? But it's closer to the Atlantis, right? But again, if I said, okay, push it, you're gonna feel like you end like follow it around, right? That makes sense? It's not as heavy a stack. So just think that bicep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. Okay. So imagine your bicep's gonna face that. So as you come around, go, go, go. Think your bicep's gonna face downhill, 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 there. So with some of the other machines, you can kind of follow some stuff around, but when you move around in this big arc, Robin is thinking about stabbing this post up and into here. So when you bring your arms around, the higher up you go, the more your bicep wants to turn open, and this machine would not follow me around. So we're adding intention to shove in, which allows you to follow kind of above 90 degrees. So when we get up here, he's allowing for internal rotation, which with dumbbells usually becomes kind of an excuse to hurt something, right? Guys used to teach pails and rails, right? They would teach stuff when you go up, you'd have to dump in, right? Go up and lateral and drop in. And then some guys went, that kind of jacks me up. So they would start to throw more and allow for external rotation rather than internal. And so now if we have a machine that doesn't let you come out of that arc, we're gonna follow kind of downhill into that. How's that feel?
That feels really good.
Now we could probably still get pec in there if I was squeezing. Yeah, there you go. Robin's also in the biggest shirt known to man. He just looks like a giant drape right now. Whew. I am Batman.
Started working with a new clothing company,
Oh.
Iron Legacy, so you know I got a wrap. I got the full outfit, that's why.
They never
And this is a true 4XL.
A true.
Because usually when they give you a 4XL, it's like, it's not really 4XL. This is how it should be. It should be like a bed sheet. Pump cover, you know what I mean? You want to get that pump.
Should be a bed
So we got to stay covered up. And I just think oversized shirts look really cool, especially on me. That's why I like to wear them. These sweatpants are super comfortable, really stretchy, and they're light, but they're very, very comfortable. And then of course I got the hat here as well. So full fit, you can check it out, ironlegacy.com, use code STRONG, save big.
Same rule, you could do that here too. Just now suddenly you got something to hold on to. So we're gonna think about that like, that's like total shoulder to SC joint, not just GH. So when you get up there, there's that feeling of like, it would shove you backwards because you're shoving it forwards. Yeah, there you go. Feel like right there, you're posting it. So you could get anterior here too, not just lateral, right? You'd almost be in a Karate Kid here. You ready to be this? Gotta remember your Karate Kid move here. So no real rest. This is to your side. Out we go again. To your side. Out we go again. No riding free on the end. There you go. Now relax.
Yeah.
So you imagine how easy that is to let the machine just take you down.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Versus like, wait a minute, I'm going to choose to move.
Yeah.
Okay? Versus, the machine pushes me.
Yeah.
Right? No free rides on the bottom.
Absolutely. That's a great cue that I use a lot with my clients as well. Making sure that you're really staying locked in and not just riding it passively on the way down. Think about flexing the muscle on the way down, flexing on the way out, flexing on the way down the whole time. Work on that mind-muscle connection.
Push it away, right? It's like, oh, drive off versus lift it up. So that's all the big difference one of these would give you versus a dumbbell, which is like, well, there's only one direction. So it's like, well, just get to that spot.
Yeah.
throw where it's light and catch that spot and kind of catch it. Versus show me you could like push out and push out, push out and push out to that position, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And then just fight the bottom, right?
That feels super challenging even with a lighter weight. I think this is one of my favorite things to do on the lateral raise is exactly what Eric just showed me. You do holds either at the bottom, holding one at the bottom, still with tension, while you're alternating, lifting with the other side, or holding at the top, really building that mind-muscle connection. And then you can do a mechanical drop set, finishing with regular reps. So that's a really good intensity technique that I love.
We got some weight going on there now.
There we go.
So remember, at some point, it's the same rep.
Yeah.
Okay. At some point, if it gets heavy, I don't want to see you change the rep.
Yeah.
Just change the range.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So use the spine. There you go. The inside edges of your feet. There you go. Use your legs to push away. Don't lift anything, push it out. Yep. Use the other arm to push that arm away. Yep. Good. Much better. Good. Up and hold. Hold. One in. Back out. One in. Back out. Halfway down. Halfway down. Hold there. Oh. And up. Good. All together. 5 reps. 5. Whatever you get. 4. In, out. In, out. In, out. Good. There you go. Right? So that feeling of like wider,
Yeah.
not higher.
I feel
Right?
wider.
Yeah, like it just
Yeah.
becomes push off.
Oh yeah.
So now your front relaxed is, oh yeah, the whole time was front relaxed.
Oh yeah.
Right? Was just take the shoulder blade to push, not GH only. Right? It's like shoulder blade out.
That locked me in right away. Felt
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Now, if I said you're going to push through something, it's going to be this index knuckle. Okay. So I want to see like a drive that away. Otherwise, you get hooked back here. So then push towards me. I'm over here. Yeah, there you go. I'll give up the back for this. Stay towards the front. There you go. So this is convert and push away. How far forward can you go? Oh, there you go. Oh, that got so much harder. What happened? Yeah. Well, he's actually been sitting there kind of riding back there. So we wanted. Yeah.
That's in a super heavy position too.
Yeah, let's change that. Okay, so that idea of push forward to go out. Otherwise, we start to sneak backwards really fast.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing the, oh, I can hook that to sneak backwards versus, oh, I want to push out, make it whole shoulder. Okay?
Gotcha. Yeah. This one here, with the prime machine, you can change where the
where it
strength
is.
curve is. So it was initially getting heavier towards the lockout.
Yeah.
Where this one actually feels really good when you have it heavier towards the stretch. So, but it's not like one is bad and the other is better. It's just different.
Now, where you're the longest is way up there.
Yeah.
So where you're getting, if you make it heavy back here, is when you're really short and everything sucks. So in my mind, it'd be like, why would you try and make that even heavier?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the other half of this is for pec stuff, right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
So that's the difference.
Yeah.
Really cut.
Yeah, swim through it. Yeah, there you go. You got it, Robin. Yeah, so we would want all this to have to move, right? It's like, okay, got to pick up all that. Attaboy. So this might be where somebody says, you know, hey, delts is this, and I would say the whole back half, how your shoulder blades move and how your SC joint moves is actually how we reorient this huge amounts of muscle in those directions, as opposed to, oh, I only want to stay on this joint, which in my mind is asking for an awful lot from this joint that, believe it or not, is facing kind of front. So when you're thinking you're gonna get really far back, all you do is rub into the back of the glenoid there. That's usually asking for a mistake. But when the shoulders come to here, oh, that's not that hard to feel like those are getting backwards. But that retraction happens like from front to back. So if he never goes forward, if he never goes out, how is he gonna somehow magically get back here? Okay, so this is kind of a silly mistake that this thing is built for these things to go really far out for you to get them away from you, okay? Everybody thinks the whole target is try to get back here as fast as possible. When the reality is the machine literally goes from in to out on its way to halfway and then on its way further before it ever feels like it's looking like backwards, okay?
This is where the progressive overload junkies will freak out, because if you're just trying to chase the weight, at some point I could shorten my lever. So if Eric's trying to push me out with more and more protraction, I could say, well, I want to be stronger, so I'm just going to keep sneaking back here where I can start it easier and potentially move more weight. So just a different strategy, right? Not that one's bad and one's not bad, but you got to figure out what works for you.
Now these things can move individually. Oh boy, damn it. Sometimes an athlete's timing this out, right? Sometimes an athlete's timing this out. As a coach, your job to kind of suss this out. You're starting to get good at moving two things. Maybe we can move one. I suggest this hold and go model. Now both together, go. Oh, look at that. He's still good, right? There we go. Much better, good. Oh, that takes the fun out of it.
Always a really good technique. Just when you start getting good at something, right?
So that's the reality, guys, is when some of the fun is getting good at something, seeing weights go up. But one of the things that does happen, certainly with conditioned athletes, they get really good at routines. They get good at maxing out their breathing, right? They are pro bodybuilders. But what ends up happening is, how do you make an A plus? You have to find ways that they can't just throw on more weight on a bar. You have to find ways to challenge them. And so on your own, give yourself a challenge. It's not that hard to change your rep scheme, to change your time scheme, change your stops and starts. Hey, try and catch yourself holding your breath. Like all these things, you catch yourself squeezing your butt. Chances are you're doing it wrong. Okay, chances are you've made a decision to go heavier or to go farther, right? To hold on to it longer, and all of a sudden that work got dispersed somewhere else. The whole point of bodybuilding is put it in one spot, right? Keep it in one spot until that spot can't do it anymore. That's very different than athletics. Not to say bodybuilders aren't athletes.
And funny enough too is, this is why Eric teaches a lot of this stuff. It's not just because we want you to lift less weight. It's because whether you're a strength athlete, a bodybuilder, any type of athlete trying to get better, changing the intensity, the techniques, the tempo, the strategies of your training can all be used in different ways in order to get better at your sport. So if you are a strength athlete, don't be scared to do some of this stuff too, and use it as an augment to your actual heavier lifts. It's actually really good stuff, especially this, where you're doing, like Eric was saying, stop and starts. You're building control, you're building a mind-muscle connection that you're not normally gonna get if you just do straight sets. So give it a try.
Rear deltas all the way back into here.
See, right? I didn't think you'd mind too much if I wore the big shirt, because you'll still see the rear delts.
He just looks 4 feet wide.
Okay. Next.
We just have to figure. I've seen that show One Piece. You just be a pirate ship now.
Exactly.
You get to be the pirate ship. You just be the mast.
Yeah.
Robin floats away. Okay, we pressing?
Now we can press.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so yeah, now we're working on our presses. So that's what I normally will do with my shoulder workouts. Get a good pump in the shoulders with some rear delt movement and some laterals before we work on our presses. This press machine that we've been doing is a new one from NewTek, and it feels really, really good. So we'll show you guys that one. Are you looking to build some serious muscle? Because if you are, listen up. I've got a new program that's on my website for sale. It's the Lean Bulk Mass Program. It's gonna help you put on as much muscle as possible. In 12 weeks, with as little body fat as possible to get you absolutely jacked and swole for the summer. So if you guys are interested in that, you can visit my website, strandstrongfitness.com, and you can check out the arm program as well, which is coming up very, very soon. Stay tuned for that. I'm gonna show you guys how to put on an inch in an hour. So we got the new tech machine here. This is my new favorite shoulder press. Reason why I like it is just because it's so smooth. It's also got some other features that some of the other machines don't have. Like for example, you can adjust the range of motion here, where your cam here, you can adjust here, which is gonna basically be where that lever kind of sits, meaning that this is gonna give you basically a heavier weight. If I have 2 plates on there and I set to here, this is gonna be a heavier movement than if I put the stack here, because I'm changing that force angle. This is also really nice, so you can set up with your shoulders so that you don't have to put your shoulders in a stressful position when you're about to lift the weight. See how low that one would start? This is where I like to start it, where it's almost in my lowest position. I don't have to stress my shoulders out.
Okay, so you guys have a great angle here. Robin's upper arm matches the handle. Okay, I heard him discussing while I was away getting more coffee that he was discussing depth. This is a misunderstood thing for most people from my perspective, is that this is the effort. When you come too low, this machine would start to flop around a corner and all the guys think, oh, lower equals stretch. I'm like, wait a minute, 90 degrees to this handle is pretty much it. So there's his position that he can move in from. Okay, awesome drive position. But it never kind of comes off and becomes elbow. Yeah.
Yeah, super smooth.
Right? Then it doesn't feel like you're trying to get around a corner, right?
Yeah.
By starting lower for no reason.
Yeah.
Right? Because lower would mean like now my elbows are pointed over there.
Yep.
So now I'd go out to then come up and then like think of how disastrous. But then eventually somebody's just gonna get under it and
Yeah, exactly.
make it a chest press, okay?
Yeah, I love this one. It's great. I'm also a big fan of like a dumbbell shoulder press. Just for right now, I'm not doing heavy dumbbell shoulder presses because I don't like to have to lift up the dumbbell from here to here using my bicep. I'm not quite ready for that. So this is the perfect option. A lot of guys like the Smith machine for shoulder presses. That's fine if it feels good for you. Ultimately, it just has to fit you and feel good. Load those front delts, push a good amount of weight. But yeah, make sure you're not beating up your elbows and shoulders just to try to move that weight.
Like this almost lower for me. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm,
Like,
yep.
see how I'm below,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like I almost want to start, I'd want to start kind
Yeah,
of here.
so you would probably even want to start.
Like if there's one more,
One more up.
I'd be giving myself one more gap with
One
this
more up.
with this length of forearm.
Yeah.
And like, oh, this position would be like, oh, I need to go right from the start. There's no like,
Yeah.
oh, let me get under it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because if I go below this line, there's more stretch. Well, and I can't even.
Yeah.
Now I'm going off in a completely different direction. Like I'm going that way
Yeah.
before I ever go that way.
Yeah.
And so it'd be like, okay, I've got to push out before I get
Yeah,
to
it's
the,
gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna have to help you with the lift.
yeah, but the lift wouldn't even be up. The
Yeah.
lift would be like, go that way.
Yeah.
Like I can't get, like, I don't even know about this thing. This
Yeah.
is another disaster. Okay, so don't worry about it, guys, right? Lower equals, oh, those don't count. They all count. They all count. There's no trophy for this exercise, right? All there is just get better delts. Go find it
Yeah.
from the jump. This is in, right? Do not get worried about the word up. In, out, in, out. That's what our delts do.
Okay.
That's it. If I follow your shoulders, it's gonna feel like it comes around through. Drive the elbows through it. There, forget the handles. Drive your elbows inside through. Yes, pull your elbows away. Drive your elbows through it. There, pull your elbows through. Drive them through. Good. There we go. If we're gonna help, we're gonna pull in, out, 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 in, out, out, out. Last one, in. Nice.
That felt easy today.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
But you notice the direction, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm shoving, right?
It just falls in line that way.
Rather than you get worried about what your hands are doing, then it turns into up, down, and
Yeah.
your shoulders get all folded.
I think people get confused with how hard they should be gripping things.
Oh yeah.
Because if you say lighten up on your grip a little bit, they go from death grip to nothing. And you kind of want to have a
Well,
balanced grip.
you have to have a connection,
Some connection, yes.
So in your old days, Robin has some pretty big forearms. What did Robin repeat to me? Do you remember what you told me?
The harder you grip everything, the stronger your forearms get.
Yeah.
Basically.
But what would that do to the rest of your body parts?
Just cause everything to be kind of on the back burner.
The limiting factor is how, like Robin would squeeze the dumbbells like they owe him money. Okay?
Because they did.
You owe me money.
I got my money back.
But that feeling of like, oh, I got to create a handle.
Yeah.
I don't have, this thing's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's tracked. So I just have to have a relationship with it. And then it's like, I don't have to do all this extra work with my hands.
Right.
It's not a
As
dumbbell.
opposed to a dumbbell,
I
you're going to have to hold that
controls of
sucker a little bit more.
I got to make sure a big dumbbell is going to weigh, 160-pound dumbbell is going to have some different relationships.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
All the way in.
Yep.
Straight in, bud. One at a time. Don't you lift it. Drive it in. Pull them away. Drive them through the post. Yep. Yep. And this comes around. This slides under. This slides around. Yes. Yep. Yes. Yeah, out. In. Go. In. Snap your elbows. Snap your elbows. Yes. Squeeze in. There you go. Good.
Oh. That was
Yes,
a good one.
It almost talks you out of it,
Yeah.
right? Like, oh, up. No, in.
Yep.
Much better. Okay, we do one little back off.
Now
real
we're
quick.
pumped. All right.
Numbers, I don't care. Range, I don't care. Just keep it in this plane. Go.
Mm-hmm.
In and in. In, out. Keep it moving. Yep, keep it moving. Yep. Take it out of your hands. There you go. Yep. There you go. Attaboy, good job. Nice.
What Eric calls a back off set is really just a drop set.
What I want to see is I want you to keep this. No, you're good where you started.
Yeah.
But remember, that's a choice up here.
Yep.
So what I don't want to see is this at some point, then this, and then this. I want to see like, pick your angle
Yep.
and think, push away on that and stay on that plane. But remember, we're moving all of this. So the axis is way here. Expect to get the shoulder blades to move. Move your shirt. There, pick, right, remember, in, there, to your sides, even though we're relatively front, like you're gonna throw them to your sides, good. So that folding versus down, right? Think towards you, out. There we go. And then just lock into the tissue, Robin, there you go. So bodybuilders are really good at finding little spots for them to kind of rest or change something. So Robin previously would find this line and then just change something at the bottom, which allows him to kind of switch over to a more lateral rear delt and then sneak back into front and then kind of sneak back, right? So we've been working on him folding his arms to his body, pushing the whole thing out, staying in that plane and bringing them back into his body. So this idea of almost pushing himself backwards as opposed to getting caught trying to lift something up, okay?
Yep. So this is a different one. We're doing kind of more like that front side angle as opposed to just a strict side angle.
Yeah, we've been doing we've already done side lateral, but that would be kind of here on 15 degrees forward. We've moved kind of 30-ish, 45 forward. So we're not really, see how it's like, see how we want to kind of sneak back to that. It's like, no, in, out. There we go, in, out. There you go. Yeah, it's going to feel like, oh, they really do want to, yeah, they really want to go. So we can feel like side anterior, right? Whereas this is anterior full, but we're not doing anything like that, right? So it's like, okay, now I've got anterior to lateral. So, okay, I can pick off 45, right? But I have to recognize on the way back in, I can't shift off that. It's like, oh, just find that line, and range is great. Speed was fine. It's just mostly like, can I keep it on there? And it's just like, oh, there it is. Okay, now just stay on that spot. Okay, all right, pick a bigger weight there, right? To your size. Down would be this. This is in, right? In. There we go. So it's so different than I just push you down
Yeah.
and you break in versus no, I'm gonna fold you in on that. Yeah, that feeling of like, oh, they just go by themselves
Yeah.
now.
Can barely lift my arms now.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
That's really good.
Super wide. The wide and the super wide.
That's how you fill out the 4XL. And also makes sense why we're doing 2 different lateral movements to fill in different parts of that shoulder. So you can see accumulating that pump from the rear, can't even reach back there now, all the way to the side, the front, hitting different parts of the shoulder to fill it out to make it as 3-dimensional as possible. So Eric's talked about this before in his previous videos about how there's potentially 6 different segments of that shoulder that we want to target within each muscle or within each workout or over the course of a couple of workouts.
All right, here we go. So again, find your line. Out they go. Now that idea of jumping backwards, let them push on you. That's it. Yes. Yep, shoulders gonna have to move off that spine. Then think fold sharp. 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 Yes, really good, Robin.
Oh.
Yep. Yes. That's it. Fold, stay. Yep. 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 Watch chin now. There you go. Yep. 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 Attaboy. Good. Much better. All right, so guys, I asked Robin to task them. I do not let them come down off your body. Keep them here, right? He's so big, but it's like, hey, keep them out in front of you so that you don't let them come down, take a little mini rest. And what he would do is come down and just shift a little bit, just enough to get a little rest. So challenge yourself, keep them off your body so that you have to maintain this push towards you and away as opposed to up and down and rest, okay? Give it a shot.
One of my favorite versions of a front raise, doing it on a cable. And Eric's gonna show you how we utilize the cable to make this even more effective by using our protraction here. So check this out.
Okay, guys, so we are gonna have to come across towards you. So most people, if I'm looking at this, gonna feel like lateral to front head, but this little corner right here that normally we would see with a press is gonna mean I have to shorten something across my body. So now, for me to get this inside anterior head of my delt, I have to come across my body. I'm not gonna sneak out here and deal with sort of side lateral type stuff. So I am gonna feel like I squeeze across. You're gonna need to feel pec involved in this, okay? Don't be afraid, you're gonna feel your pec, but you're gonna feel this anterior head have to come across your body. Okay, does that make sense?
Yep.
Woo, harder than it looks. Oh yeah, I feel that right away. So stagger. So if I move you a smidge over.
Yep.
Now.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm gonna turn you a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Turn your feet, turn your feet. There, your target's here.
Got it.
Yeah, your target's gonna be me. So you're not even gonna get to come back that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, there.
Okay.
There.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. There we go. Step into that. That's it. Reach in. Yeah, there. That collarbone and that feel that pec do its job. Pec and anterior delt here are linked, guys. There we go. If you get too far behind, see it opens the whole thing up, right? So stay there. That's it. Coming at me, Robin. There we go. There you go. Ah, nice. Yeah, last one. In.
Oh my God. Wouldn't expect that to be so intense.
Sorry, evil laugh. Signal evil laugh, my coach.
Whoa.
All right, we're gonna turn this, and you're gonna turn this way. Turn this way.
Yeah.
So it's gonna feel like, oh, I'm not square. I'm like, I'm totally not squaring you off.
Gotcha.
Go this way. So your target is here. Okay, hold on now. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn you more.
Okay.
Feet,
Yeah.
there. Now, there.
Yeah.
And then right into there. That's it. I should see pec doing its job here. Yeah, let that pec lift too. There, if I want to anterior delt, I gotta get this side. There you go. Okay, this that question of how do I get my pecs out of my delt work? I'm like, why would you want? There you go. Yep, coming across. Yeah, it's never gonna be up, it's gonna be in. There you go. In, yeah, that's it. Yep, good, step in that front leg. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. There we go. Last one. Atta boy. So I don't want to be, right? Stare at the camera. Yeah, reach. There. And then this can still protract. That's it. It can still come towards me. There we go. Good. And just live, I don't care about the range. Just live on what you're contracting. Squeeze. That upper pec has to be part of this. Yeah. And again, don't get too far back because what happens? There. There you go. Oh, it changes it a little bit. There we go. Lift. There we go. Squeeze in at me. There. Look at this track right there. Good. Good. Squeeze across. Yes. Last one. Nice. Yep. I could turn you even more. There we go. So you're facing that way coming across, right? There. So fold this coming at me. Yeah, you're throwing lawn darts. or shoes. Landmines. Pie in the face. There we go. Throwing, 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 throwing. Yeah, you got it. Right at me. Now I put my chin right there. Come on, Robin. I put my chin right there. I put my chin right there. Oh, I put my chin right there. He's a lover, not a fighter. Look at the difference. There you go. Much better. Relax.
Oh yeah. Underrated movement right there.
Just a cable incline front raise, but that sense of having to come way inside. Okay, nobody's going to turn their torso to have to finish across their body, right?
Yeah.
And you notice you can't come backwards. You got to go forward, and that upper pec has to be involved, right? That feeling.
Biggest mistake I see when I get my clients to do this one is that they'll still try to lift straight up with their chest, and they'll end up kind of on their back leg.
Oh yeah, they're trying to figure out. They're trying to go backwards.
Yeah,
right.
We're trying to almost use that front leg to push ourselves forward as we're going forward, right? So it's not a back forward; it's a forward.
Yeah, because they want to go. They want to just think up, and so that becomes like, how do I shorten this distance versus this is out, not up. This is up position.
It's also how do I get my traps out of it too?
Yeah, which is the mistake, because all this does is load your trap.
Right.
To say, I want to get my trap out of it, or make it just my arm.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you need to make this your shoulder, so that feeling of everything moving off, right?
And get a little bit of that front pec in there. Sorry, a little bit of upper pec in there as well.
Oh, it has to, yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
There's our mistake.
Awesome. Great shoulder day. Beautiful. Check it out, guys. Shoulders pumped, fully pumped, filling out the 4XL. So amazing. We're deep in our off season now, guys, growing. So stay tuned for more videos, of course. Comment below what you learned in this video, what you want to see in the next video with Eric and myself. And of course, guys, remember, healthy people build more muscle.